All right, everyone. Welcome to another video. Yeah, it's been a while since I've talked to you folks. I've been kind of missing y'all. Hey, I get it. I'm not the world's best vlogger out here. I'm really just kind of doing this to keep touch with you guys and especially family and friends maybe that might be watching this back home. But yeah, I'm sitting out here at the cottage having me a little bourbon, little Evan Williams. These little glasses here, thanks Dan, man. I've been really enjoying these. It does enhance the flavors of the bourbon. Anyway, guys, so this is just an update video. So I'm just going to ramble on here and let you guys know what's been going on with us. Really hasn't been much. That's why I haven't been making very many videos. But I've got a few things on my mind that we'll talk about and kind of let you guys in on. So what have we been doing? Well, we've just been hanging out here at the house. That's pretty much all we're doing. We're trying to save money. You know, if you guys have watched my videos and been following us or anything, you know that we're kind of in this dry season of traveling. And so what we're doing is we're just hanging out here at the house. This has been the longest stint that we have ever been when we have not left the house. Usually we're traveling doing something. So it's been quite the experience, learning experience for us, right? Because we're used to kind of running and gunning and traveling here, traveling there. And really what we figured out is that we really enjoy our place. We enjoy our solitude here, out here on the beach. Again, I'm sitting out here at my cottage. I got this nice cool breeze coming in behind me. It's wonderful. And so we just enjoy our time here. No, me and Christine haven't killed each other, anything like that. She's been washing laundry by hand all morning. So she went upstairs to take a nap after lunch. And so I figured I'd come out here and drink a little bourbon and talk to you folks. But we have learned that we enjoy our life here. It's simple, it's quiet, it's non-eventful, and we like it that way. So what we've been doing is just trying to get ourselves prepared. I've been buying train tickets, what I can buy. Guys, I'm going to get off topic on this one just for a little bit. Those of you that watch my channel that have been to Europe and have done the train thing, I'm having some issues, right? So I'm trying to, I got all the trains booked from, you know, we're going to be traveling on in November. But I cannot get anything booked for December. And so Google AI is telling me that, you know, they redo their schedules or something. And so if you are trying to book a train in late December, you're going to almost have to wait till October. It doesn't seem right. But the main thing is I don't want to miss, because a couple of my train rides that we're going to be doing are going to be popular. And I don't want to lose a seat on one of those trains because I procrastinate and wait too long. So I want to jump and be right there in the beginning and make sure I get a seat on one of these trains, because one of them is going to go through the Alps from Switzerland, Zurich, Switzerland, down to Milan, Italy. And I definitely want to make sure I get on that one. That's going to be a beautiful trip. So if you know anything about the train service, let me know what I can do. I've been checking this thing like once a week just to see if I can get on and book a train. And so far I can't. So I may very well have to wait till October. Google AI may be somewhat correct on this. And the train line I'm trying to get on there's two of them. One of them is DB or Deutschbahn or something like that. I may have just mispronounced it. And then the other one is, of course, SBB out of Switzerland. So anyway, guys, put it down in the comments if you know, and you can give me some advice on this. So yeah, guys, I am sweating. We are here in the middle of our dry season. Believe it or not, the Philippines has different wet and dry seasons, depending on where you're at. Like right now up north on Luzon, it's their rainy season. This is the time of year they start getting hit with typhoons, and they have a lot of rain and everything. For us down south, it's our dry season. So it's been hot. It's been really hot. As a matter of fact, one thing that I've done on my daily routine, just to beat the heat, because what I used to do is, yes, I am still trying to exercise, and then go for my runs and stuff like that. But I had to switch it up because the heat was getting me. And I'm no young chicken, no spring chicken. And so the heat kind of gets to me sometimes. And so I've been trying to beat the heat. So one of the things I've done is I've been getting up, I set my alarm. Yeah, I'm back on the alarm clock, folks. I hate it. I hate to say it, but I'm back on the alarm clock because I just can't wake up at 4:30 in the morning. Not on my own. Now, 5:36 I can, but not 4:30. And so I've been setting my alarm, getting up, going down, firing off my coffee, getting it started, and then I roll out the mat and I do my body weight exercises in the house, put me a little electric fan on and everything, and to keep myself a little bit cool. And then once I get that workout done, my coffee's ready, it's brewed, it's ready to pour, and I put it in the thermos, and then I get my Garmin watch and head out the door, and I take me a good run. And it is so nice running early in the morning. About the time that I finally get out the door is about anywhere between 5:20 and 5:30, and the traffic's not bad yet. There's nobody out. There's this cool breeze coming from the mountain. It's so peaceful. It's so beautiful to run that time of morning. And I've really been enjoying it. I wish I would have been doing this from the get-go, but I've never really been a early morning kind of workout fella. I've got to get woke up first, but I'm adjusting. This is my third week. I started this morning as my third week into this new routine, and it's been working out well for me. Another thing I've been doing is taking Kiki for a walk when I get back. That dog's been getting way too fat. Matter of fact, it's getting sketchy around here. The Filipinos keep looking at her, like she's some polluton. And so, I got to pull some kilos off this dog. I'm going to have to lean her up just a little bit, because when she's got that sweet fat on her, man, she looks more and more savory. So, yeah, it's one of those deals you got to be careful about, guys. I mean, we are in the Philippines. So anyway, yeah, I've been taking her for a walk, and she's been actually pulling a few pounds off. I'm real happy about it. She's looking better. She's definitely feeling better and being more active. So I've been doing that, and then just messing around in the morning, and then during the day, I'll usually have something going on. Christine might have a project for me or what have you, and then in the afternoons, what we've been doing, me and Christine have been doing, is we've been, especially after the sun kind of goes down, we get that little bit, it's golden hour, right? That little bit of time after the sun goes down before it gets too dark, we run up to the rooftop, and we actually got a nice dance floor up on our rooftop deck. And so we've been doing a lot of practicing on the dancing and stuff like that, and trying to self-teach. And it's been coming along pretty good. I think a lot of you guys are going to be proud of us whenever we get on vacation and, we let some of that video come out. But right now, I'm still rusty, but it's coming along better than what I thought, especially for an old white guy like me. So anyway, that's been our new routine for the last couple of weeks, and it's been working out good. We've been tired, we've been busy, but we're both staying fit. We're trying to stay fit for our traveling clothes and all that good stuff, and we're trying to learn something new with the dances and everything, and it's been pretty cool. We've really enjoyed it, but that's really our life. Now, one thing that we ran into here lately is we've been having a lot of brownouts, and our water keeps going out. Of all things, we're in the middle of dry season, right? Normally what kicks your water off is when you get the freaking monsoon rains and all the junk comes down the creek and it knocks your hose out, or it just flat clogs up everything. Well, we have been getting a few little rain showers here and there, which has been nice. It's keeping the creeks full, and of course we get our water from the creek. But I think they harvested a bunch of coconuts up there on the hill, up in the mountain where our water comes from. And so every time it rains just a little bit, it's taking all those coconut husks down. It gets into the creek and then it starts clogging up our pipe. I had to go fix one the other day, and there was probably about yay long, about a foot of just jammed up coconut husk and mud in the pipe. And of course, I got it all cleaned out. We let it run out for several hours before we even used it, and so on. And guys, we don't drink this water. We actually get our water from a water purification place and all that. Now, this is just our water to flush toilets with, wash clothes with, so on. So, but our electric has also been we've been having so many brownouts lately. And you would think, okay, most of your brownouts are going to come during typhoon season, storm season. No, not necessarily. Like I said, we've had just a few little bit of rain showers that come and go, mainly in the afternoons. And so this being the dry season, this is when all the vegetation really just kicks off and starts growing big time. Now, it kind of always grows, but this time of year when it's getting lots of sun, lots of heat, the vegetation, it grows like crazy, especially banana trees. And of course, all that vegetation is growing into the power lines. They never do a good job of keeping it trimmed back here in the Philippines. And so we keep getting everything. It just keeps shorting the electricity out is what it does. And so we have brownout after brownout after brownout. That's been kind of an annoyance, really. Not really a big pain, but an annoyance, and because it always takes them a little bit to get it kicked back on. But that's just kind of griping, guys. I mean, there really ain't nothing to gripe about here. So, I mean, I know there's a lot of vloggers out there in the Philippines, and people are going to dog on people like me because, yeah, I'm telling you, it is nice here. We enjoy our life here. Is it for everybody? No. It's not for everybody. As a matter of fact, if you don't want to get primitive and you want to get, you don't want to get your water from the creek, or you're not used to electrical brownouts and all that kind of stuff, then don't move to the Philippines. It's just part of life here. But it works. It works for us, and we've been enjoying it. So another thing that we found out kind of the hard way, well, let me just tell you the story, I guess. So Christine and I, we had luggage for several years that we had bought back in Oklahoma from Amazon, right? So it wasn't the greatest luggage in the world, but it worked. It got us over here. And then after we'd been here for a little bit, we decided to get into this traveling kick, right? We were doing some really serious traveling. We were doing more than just traveling around the provinces of the Philippines. We were actually, going to some nice places, right? Like Australia, Bali, Indonesia, Thailand, you name it, back to the United States. So we had been using that luggage. Well, it was getting pretty beat up. One of the handles had broken off of Christine's luggage. And so last year when we it was last December, we went to Singapore. We went on the hunt for some luggage, right? And there's some criteria involved in this, right? Because unfortunately, and I hate to talk crap, but it is one of the things, and I'm not really talking crap, I'm telling news. It's news, it's a fact of life. But unfortunately, the thing with dropping a bullet in your luggage is back in the Philippines again. It's happened a few times. It's not something that's totally widespread. So don't everybody get your panties in a wad and get all freaking, say, oh, Tim's talking trash on the Philippines. You better watch what he says. That's not my point. The fact is, it's been in the news. There's been a couple of things that's been in the news, maybe 2 or 3 instances, but it is definitely something that when it happens, it makes us all worry, about traveling in and out of the airports here in the Philippines. And it hasn't just been one airport, it's been a couple. So with that being said, me and Christine decided, when we look for luggage, we're going to get something with the metal frame that has latches and no zipper, because zippers can be punched real easy and small things can be contraband, can be dropped in your luggage, right? That stuff can happen. So if you've got the aluminum frame that's sealed up a little better, it's harder for them to do that. Well, me and Christine, we were in Singapore, and Singapore is a great place to shop. I mean, it's like going to Hong Kong, Bangkok, New York City, Los Angeles, places like that, right? I mean, they got stuff there I've never seen before. I've never been in them stores before. And so anyway, I was looking and I'd done some research on some luggage, and there was a few things, a few brands like Level 8 and some of these others. And I was looking for it. They're kind of middle of the road. They're not the most expensive brands, but they're not the cheapest brands either, right? And that's kind of how I buy things. I go middle of the road. I don't need branded stuff. I just need something that is built well, that is going to last me a little while. Well, we went all over Singapore. We went to several malls all over Singapore, and it was either you ran into absolute complete junk, and it doesn't matter if it come from the Samsonite store or whatever. It was complete Chinese-made junk, and some of it was about $350, $400 a piece. Or you went up into the almost $2,000 range, or you went down to what we ended up buying was the $50 range, right? Because I couldn't really tell a big difference between the $50 piece that I bought compared to the $250 or $300 Samsonite. Matter of fact, I could not even find a Samsonite that had the metal aluminum frame. They were all zippered. And when we went and asked, it was like, oh, no, we don't have those or whatever. I'm like, okay, well, that's something that's important to me. So anyway, I get it. These are first world problems, right? I'm talking about stuff that probably ain't even interesting to a lot of you guys, but this is our life. This is what we do, right? And so anyway, I went ahead and I bought the cheap ones. And we finished our travels with that set of luggage, and we were getting our luggage back out, and we were just kind of doing our dream packing for our trip to Europe, right? Because when we go to Europe, we're going to be going to 2 different climates. We're going to be going to Europe in the middle of winter. It's going to be cold. We got to pack plenty of cold winter clothes. And then we're going to be going down to the Caribbean also on this whole big long trip. We're going to be going all over the place, right? So we're going to be anywhere from the cold of winter in Europe down to the tropics. And so we got to pack accordingly. So what I told Christine, hey, let's do this. Let's do our dream pack. We're going to pack, and then we can weigh and see what our weights are going to be on this. Because you got to make sure you're under 25 kilos or 50 pounds or something like that, right? And then you get on some domestic flights or even like, what is it, like Ryanair or something like that in Europe, which I ended up booking one of their flights on Ryanair. And I know a lot of you guys are going to be like, you shouldn't have done that. And I may regret it. You're right. I've got a couple of flights on KLM, and then everything else is trains, right? But I think everyone lets you have at least 25 kilos. So we've got to keep within the limit. Now we're flying Emirates, on our long haul trip, and shoot, they're great. I ain't worried about that one. So, I got to worry about the weight when it comes down to a lot of this domestic stuff, especially here in the Philippines. Now, what we usually do is, because Cebu Pacific is kind of strict, we just go ahead and buy the extra weight just to get us from, Surigao City or Butuan up to Manila or Cebu City. And that way we don't got to worry about it. We just go in and go, yeah, we've got the extra weight. And if you buy it ahead of time, you buy the extra weight ahead of time, it's not so much. It's only, maybe a few hundred pesos. So anyway, this weekend we got the luggage out and we did our dream packing. Christine's packing all the dresses and everything and all the clothes she could think about wanting. And my wife's very conservative about this. She's not one of your typical women that thinks she has to have everything, right? I got all my stuff packed. And then after we got them packed and we were weighing them, and I'm like standing on the scale, and I picked Christine's suitcase up by the handle, and all of a sudden, like the metal frame, like they're aluminum frames, but the metal frame starts coming apart. Like it's not sealing really good. I'm like, well, that's my own dumb fault for buying a $50, suitcase like that. And I'm like, this ain't going to work. So me and Christine, we sat and talked about it, and I think we're going to end up biting the bullet. And we're gonna get us some good luggage, because we have a lot of travels coming up in Europe. We've got some other trips that are coming up. We're doing another one, and you guys will see everything. Y'all are gonna come along for the ride with us. I'm gonna put all these vacations on YouTube, but we have a lot of travels coming up, a lot of big travels, and so we got to talking, and I think we're going to go ahead and invest in some decent luggage. A lot of you guys may be going, man, that's the biggest waste of money and all that kind of stuff. Maybe so. But I don't really have anything else to spend my money on other than for what we're doing. And what we do like to do is travel, right? Like I'm not going out there and buying a new car like you guys are, or I'm not going out there and buying a new toy like a motorcycle or a boat or things like that. I'm not doing that kind of stuff. So if I can go out there and buy a set of luggage that is guaranteed for life, and that can be fixed because it's guaranteed for life in many places all around the world, including here in the Philippines, I'm leaning that way. I'm not dead set sold on any particular brand. There's a few of them out there that I'm going to look at, but I've also got to look at the availability of them here in the Philippines and the availability of getting them warranted or serviced here in the Philippines, because this is where I'm at right now, right? So that's what we're going to do. So what we did is last night, we booked some flights to Manila, and we're heading up there. I got to take care of some other business there anyway. So it was coming, but we booked some flights. We got a hotel booked, and while we're taking care of some other business up there, we're going to go do some luggage shopping. So we're trying to kill two birds with one stone. And, yeah, so I probably will not bring a camera along with me, at least not my big camera. I may just do it on my phone if I do anything. And if I do, then I'll put it on the YouTubes for you guys. I'll make a video about it. But yeah, we're definitely looking for some good quality luggage that will last us pretty much a lifetime. So anyway, guys, that's pretty much what we're up to. That's about it. That's about all the news I have for you guys. We live in a nice, quiet town here in the Philippines. There's not a lot of chismis, gossip. Not a lot of things going on. There was a transformer that blew up a couple of towns away, burnt 4 houses down. But that's kind of the big news around here. And you know, my heart goes out to those folks who lost their homes. That always sucks. But anyway, guys, just life here in the Philippines, man. It's just chill, just enjoying life. Really just kind of waiting for our big travel, and we're getting excited about it. Trying to prepare ourselves. Main thing, trying to make sure we still fit in our nice clothes, our nice travel clothes. Staying in shape, trying to learn how to dance, all that good stuff. That's it. That's all we got. That's all I got for you. We haven't had any big family days or anything where I can bring the camera along and do that. We just haven't done any of that stuff. Everybody's busy with their lives. We don't even hardly hear from any of the family in town. We're just kind of stuck out here by ourselves for the most part. Every once in a while, the amigas will come over and we'll have a good time and drink a little bit and sing some karaoke and stuff. But other than that, that's not much going on here. So that's why I haven't been doing a lot of videos. But anyway, guys, I appreciate y'all tuning in on this one at least, if you're still here. And we'll catch y'all on the next one.